lot of people have been coming to this country in Germany on a job seeker visa. You're a credible person. Why? Because you have lived in this country, you have studied here, and you've lived for almost 10 years and more than that probably. Right? What is your suggestion? What do people like? People, because I can be an executive in India, and I think that, okay, I'm at a good position now in the Indian market. I take a job seeker visa, and I come here. What are the first things I should look ultimately to get a job? What is your suggestion for people?
Sure. So no, thanks for your trust, and so that's definitely one of the things that I hear a lot from my friends as well, and I'm also active on social communities, so trying to have different conversations around this topic. Many people want to come to developed countries, so US, Germany, wherever, for better financial prospects. And that's also why I came here as well. I studied, and so of course my idea was also study and find a job. Things worked out, all great. First thing is just coming to another country by the means of education is the best thing you can do.
Okay.
Because that helps you really integrate to the core thread of the society. You really understand how things work, how people work, how do you deal with daily life. It really helps. I mean, you have been a student, or you are a student as well, and you know how it works. It's the best thing. Job seeker visa was I think recently introduced a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yes, it was.
I didn't know
new
about
thing.
this.
It's a new thing. I think, don't quote me, but maybe 4 years, 5 years,
maybe,
something like that.
Recently.
Exactly, and it was done to tackle the labor shortage that we have in Germany. So in Germany, the population growth at some point was negative. So more people were dying than people were taking birth.
Right.
Which would at some point lead to a really great problem in support ratio. So how many people are working to support the pensioners?
Right.
And that's why the German government actively started to work on different initiatives. And one of this was to introduce job seekers visa. So people who with certain level of skills and education could apply, could come here for 6 months. Once they fulfill a certain criteria, can look for jobs. Once they get a job contract, they can then convert this job seeker visa into a Aufenthalts, which is the residence permit.
Correct.
Which also means a work visa.
Okay.
And if you qualify a certain conditions to fulfill the blue card, which basically, if you're a doctor, engineer, or earn a certain amount of money in a certain profession, you get a blue card. So back to the question, yes, when you come to the country just for the purpose of financial prospects or a job, it could be slightly difficult than when you come as a student. Why? The biggest thing is cultural difference.
Okay.
So like you said, I'm a big flying executive in India. Well, let's start with a successful manager. I'm a successful manager in India, and I come to Germany. I think I'm going to come here and find a job and rock as I did in India. No. Okay. Why? Because it's a different world. There are different set of rules. The society works differently. The work culture is different. India is a very high context society, which means that you have to. If you're my boss, I have to understand what you want. I have to more or less do what you want me to do.
Yeah.
Germany is quite low context. It doesn't work like that. You're my boss for administrative reasons. I have a certain task. I am responsible for it. I am accountable for it. I will do it, and that's it. You're here to help me succeed. You're here to help me do my job better. And especially for leaders and managers, it's very difficult when you come from
Correct.
from India. So you have to really adapt to this new work culture. I know many examples where people came and they couldn't cope up with it because you have a team of 6 people, and your experience as a manager in India is that you're gonna tell them what to do and they will follow it.
Right.
No, people ask you question why. I don't think that makes sense. So these are very basic things that basically disbalance you from stepping straight into a role, coming here, especially if you're becoming a manager or a leader.
Okay.
As an individual contributor, it might work well.
Okay.
Because we get a project, we start work on it, works fine. But again, it could be on an emotional level, it could be a different ball game to straight come in and work.
But for many reasons, people are like they have surpassed that age, right? It happens. I worked for like 10 years now in financial sector. I cannot go back. I have 2 kids, a wife, a responsibilities there. Do you really still suggest them to come back to studies and then redo the things what you just said?
People do that all the time. So let's say, so actually, to do a master's degree, for example, in business management, so I studied business.
Yeah.
I worked 6 years in India and then I moved here to study.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to study abroad, that's another thing. The best way, the best path, if you want to study a master's degree in business or finance, whatever, is to have some good experience. You can
Correct,
make the
okay.
most out of your MBA program or your master's degree once you have certain experience. So maybe 10 years, maybe a bit too much, but it's not a no-go. After 10 years, you can still. I know people who are in my class who were PhD.
Mm.
They were PhD. And then they were working 13 years, and then they said, okay, I want to do an MBA. They came here. It was hard for you, but you're right. It was hard for them to adjust, to accommodate, to integrate within a different kind of age group. But it is not a foreign story. It could work.
Right, because the ultimately the results what I'm expecting or aiming is to get a job, right? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
for
yeah.
a job,
Yeah.
so that I can have a better life, a
Yeah.
pretty good skill, salary and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So no, it can work with the job seeker visa. It can totally work, and that's the whole goal of putting this instrument together to invite skilled people to find a job in the country, and it works. Again, you have to commit to yourself. I'm going to a new country.
Right.
I was an expert here, but I'm going to go to this new country where I might not be the expert.
Correct,
There will
yeah.
be people who. So I think these are small things which we ignore. Ego plays a big role.
Yeah.
You have to put your ego in your back pocket and say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this job, give my best, and make it work. So most of the times it works out because I hear this feedback from many people here. Indian people are very hardworking, Indian people are very adaptable, Indian people really get things done. So from that perspective, it works out.
In your view, which industry has a kind of high demand for jobs?
So overall, so if we just talk about in general the employment
Yeah.
opportunity,
Correct, yeah.
Germany is at the moment has the least unemployment rate in decades.
Okay.
So the only way you don't have a job if you don't want to work.
Uh-huh.
I think it's less than 4.5%.
Okay.
So it's astonishing, and manufacturing has a lot of jobs, engineering has a lot of jobs.
Okay.
Also medical field, but then again you need to really be professional in language and stuff.
Correct.
There's a lot of startups. Berlin especially is becoming a startup hub since Brexit
Yeah.
started. Berlin has become a golden spot for startups and jobs in English. A lot of them are available.
There are.
A lot of them.
Okay.
Thousands of jobs available in English, in Berlin especially. Also Hamburg is a big marketing hub. So if somebody who's looking for marketing related jobs, go to Hamburg.
Okay.
It's a great spot for marketing jobs. But by and large, opportunities, immense opportunities. There has never been a good time for Germany in terms of labor market. It is hard to find people for a certain role. If you go on websites for companies like Booking.com, Uber, eBay, Amazon, they are filled with job openings.
Right.
Incredible.
Right.
It's incredible how many people they want to hire in the next few years.
Right.
So,
I think one of the smart way what I think when you're in India is try to look out for, if you're, again, this is only for like 35, 40-year-old person, try to look out for jobs or companies. You can always comment once I'm done.
Sure,
Is look out for companies who have business to do with India and Germany, so that you have something in common.
Yeah.
Right. So you either start working with this company in your home country and then take a internally transfer or come for a project here.
Yeah.
That'll be the smartest way, so that
Also, yeah.
so you avoid the whole setup of job seeker visa then.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Again, it depends on individual goal, individual aspirations. If somebody aspires to moving to Germany and wants to live there, set it up, then job seeker visa is the best way to go. If somebody just wants an exposure, then taking a on-site project for a couple of months could work. And now more than ever, it's happening. I see so many of my friends and people I know who I never in my life thought we'll meet again. They are coming to Berlin for projects.
Really?
This is incredible,
Okay.
isn't it? So we just meet for like one evening and hey, I never thought I'll see you again, but good stuff. Congratulations. They come here and they learn stuff and see how life is different, and it changes you. I think that's also one of the best things that you can do. Visit for work or studying abroad is a blessing. It really teaches you a lot. You learn a lot and you really change as a person in a good way.
Right.
So yeah, that's also a good thing. But job seeker visa is a good tool if you want to use it. Use it. It works.
It works, yeah.
It works. Of course, you have to put an effort, but it works.
Yeah, I think you'll have to be really good at what you do, right? Like, not really, but try to be useful for any company.
Yeah. What value can you add?
Exactly, it's the value point which we are talking about.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have done 5 masters anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
but if you are waste and not useful for my company, those degrees are also waste.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Germany is a country which runs on expertise, right?
Yeah.
Here, to have a job, you need to be an expert in something. Like you need to know your stuff, and degrees do have values, of course. Germany as a society regards education very high,
Right.
and that's why education in this country is free, which is really amazing. Which is what makes the society so amazing, because the investment is going directly on the kids.
Correct.
And kids make up the society, you know. So absolutely.
I
And I would like to add one more point. Everything that we discussed here, everything that we put forward, which I really hope that helps the aspirants who are coming
For
here.
sure, yeah.
Everything is based on our personal experience. It's not
Correct.
not that we read it somewhere or we heard somewhere. Everything is 100% practiced. So, and it worked out, as you can see, we're sitting here. So, it worked out. So if you follow things that we discussed, I'm sure you will be successful. Well, let me not say you will be. Let me not say I'm sure you'll be successful, but you will find your path. And if you have any questions, reach out to social media, reach out to the YouTube channel that you are running, and if we could help, we would be happy to.
For sure. If you have any specific question,
please,
just write down in the comment section or drop on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I will ask them and then I can respond you back quickly if I'm not able to answer that. But we are always here to help.
Absolutely.
A big thank you to both of you.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
It's Sunday, by the way, and they have really, like, Sunday is a holy Sunday, and you don't really, it's a root tag, you don't disturb anyone, you don't even run your vacuum cleaner.
Sunday.
Right?
Oh yeah, we need to make a video about that. Things not to do on
Things
Sunday.
not to do on Sunday. So this was one of it which you should not do on Sundays.
Exactly.
And I came and they really welcomed me. I'm really thankful.
No, it's
to
a
you guys.
pleasure. It's a pleasure. We'll be very happy if we could help even 1 or 2 or 3. It's
Yeah.
always.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to use this information.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, you.
Pleasure, man.
Anshuma.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
Rashmi.
Nikhilesh.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.